Welcome back. So today I'm out for a walk with a group of my friends, and I'm trying to prove to myself that I can still take pictures that I'm really happy with even in a group, and that it really doesn't matter. And I don't do it very often because I always feel like I'm slowing down the group and being a nuisance. So I just have one camera, two lenses, and we're gonna try and make the most of it. Did she eat poop? So I have my Fuji X-T4 and my 35mm or 50mm full frame equivalent f2, which is what I'm gonna try and use primarily just because it's quick and easy. I can get in and out of my bag fast. But also, just in case I see anything at a distance, I also have my 55-200, which could come in handy if I see any birds or little rabbits. Apparently there's lots of rabbits around here. So, should be a nice morning. I really like how these trees are lined up. I don't know if there's anything special here, but could be something. Walk's been really nice so far. There's lots of pretty white flowers and pretty trees, but now things are about to pay off and we're gonna get the exposed dunes. So that's really why we're here. The big reveal. They're quite dramatic. It's kind of a shame though that it's the middle of the afternoon and the sky is just blue. It was kind of gloomy and gray all morning, but the sun decided to come out, which is nice for the walk, but not necessarily for the photography. It's a floating boardwalk, which is pretty sweet. And I just read a sign and I decided, well, not decided, I found out that these are the tallest sand dunes in North America. I had to put on the 55-200, the 35mm just wasn't cutting it anymore. So we're gonna try and capture a couple images of the dunes. The bright blue sky in these images is really not doing it for me. I don't really like it, but it's a really cool location and it's really pretty with my own eyes. I don't think it's coming along with the images though, but it's good practice regardless. These red chairs are super cool. They're spread out across national parks in Canada. I'm not sure exactly how many there are. I think there's 200 and some. Anyway, but they're always set up in really picturesque locations, just like this one. And they're just called the red chairs, and they're really cool because they're sort of decidedly the best views in national parks in Canada. So it's always cool to sit in them and see what Canada has to offer. It's always really pretty. Kind of a shame because the pictures I've taken really have the potential to be really nice, but the lighting is just way too harsh and there's no interest in the sky, but I'll keep trying. Walking up dunes is always so hard. And don't forget to look behind yourself. That's a pretty sweet view. Oh, Jesus! Ah! Should not have walked there. So, surprise, I'm at a different beach, And it's been about 4 or 5 hours since I filmed that last video clip. And I've realized that you can absolutely take good pictures when you're with friends and without causing too much discrepancy or disappearing from the group too often. I don't think I captured any spectacular images today, but I certainly think it's possible. What I did realize though, is it's really hard to film just yourself when you're with a group. For example, if the conditions are right and the scene is nice enough, it doesn't take too long to just compose an image, line it up, handheld, boom, boom, boom. You're back with the group. Not that big of a deal, you didn't disappear for too long. But it is a lot harder to set up a camera. Even though this camera is just on a simple little monopod, every time I do something, look at this, incoming, wow! Sorry, dog cameo. Yeah, every time you go to set up the camera, you fall behind and then you're trying to film small little details and that takes time, so it's hard in a group. That being said though, if the only opportunity you have to get out with your camera is when you're out with friends and you can't decide what you want to do, if you'd rather just take pictures or hang out with your friends, because honestly that's a hard decision that I struggle with a lot, they don't care. If your friends are good enough, they don't care if you're taking pictures. They either support you and they want to like be a part of it, or they're just like indifferent and it doesn't matter to them if you disappear for a few minutes. So if that's the only opportunity you have, I'd say still keep taking pictures, because there's still great opportunities to do it, even if your focus is still distracted a little bit with the comings and goings of your friends. Anyway, all of that to say, just do it. Just take pictures. If nothing else, you'll learn. So you'll learn how to act fast if you don't want to get left behind. You'll see compositions that really speak to you, and you'll capture those images when they appear, and then you'll move on to the next one. And even if they're not the best pictures, so what? You're having fun. So this morning, I was at an absolutely amazing location, but the conditions weren't necessarily the best. Tonight, I'm at a very good location. I wouldn't say it's as spectacular or stunning as the one I was at previously, but we're right at sunset now, and based on the cloud structure, I think we might get some nice colors in the sky, so might be able to get some really cool images here. So as the sun's setting, I'm trying to decide if I want to shoot in this direction towards the sunset, or more that way. I think I've decided to shoot towards the sun. It's a little bit hazy over there. I don't know if it's just haze in the air or if it's just ocean spray, but I think it's a little bit more interesting. And there's a big dune, so I'm heading down there now. Hopefully gonna find a composition I like. Another thing that filming and photographing while I'm in a group of friends who aren't into photography and that kind of stuff, it's like a confidence building thing, because it feels really weird taking pictures in public sometimes, and especially videoing yourself. So just experiencing more and more of it, whether it's with people you're comfortable around or not, any experience is good. And if you gain more confidence in a less stressful situation, that'll transfer to a more stressful situation in an area you're not as familiar with, or with people you don't really know. I think the image I'm gonna focus on is sort of around here. So nice lines from the edge of the sand reaching the water, and then these waves coming in and out. Some of them are circular and some are nice wave patterns and really nice ripples when they collide. So these waves here are creating some really cool patterns as they come in and out along the shore. Some are colliding as they go out with other ones that are coming in. And I think it creates a unique subject, and there's really cool ripples and patterns in the water. So I think the image is really worth capturing. Ooh. You guys almost fell in the ocean again. Wow. This is quite cool. As the waves are rolling in, there's waves crashing like white water out off the shore just a little bit, and then there's other waves, really shallow ones, coming into the shore that are crashing with ones that are being drawn back out into the ocean, and it's creating all these different layers, and with the sunlight hitting the back of them and they're backlit, it is really cool and it makes for a really unique subject. These images are kind of weird because the water is very dark, but the sun is very bright. So there's really a lot of dynamic range required, but also I want to get low so I can see the waves crashing out just offshore, but I want to be able to get high so I can see the small ripples that are rolling back and forth along the shore. So I'm kind of fighting if I want to be up or down, or if I want a slow shutter speed or a fast shutter speed. I'm just experimenting a little bit and changing my settings, and once I get home and have a look at them, then I'll be able to decide which ones I like the most. So I apologize if this video is a little bit more choppy or less cohesive than other ones. It wasn't my typical filming and photography day, but I had fun doing it and I learned quite a bit. I mean, now I'm not as scared to try and do this when I'm out with other people. Still, ideally, I'd like to do it alone. It just frees up my mind and I don't have to worry about slowing other people down, but it was good fun. Spent the afternoon at an amazing beach. Got to watch an amazing sunset. Hopefully got some good pictures. I don't have super high hopes for the ones this afternoon, but I think some of these ones at sunset probably turned out all right. So I'll see you on the next one.